Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are ya? I hope you're doing great. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today is March 30th, 2025, Sunday, beautiful Sunday morning here in North Las Vegas. It's about 65 degrees, but my allergies are kicking up, so I apologize for my raspy voice. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys are doing good wherever you are and staying safe. So today, as you can see by the description, I have some movies to talk about, some movies to share that I picked up in the last few weeks. Trying to catch up. I'm not there yet, but yeah, we're going to show you what I've got and talk a little bit about them. So sit back, relax. Let's get into it right away. First up, we have Log On, Bleed Out. Death Streamer. That's right, we have Death Streamer. Death Streamer is not rated, 72 minutes, not very long. 72 minutes from 2024, horror movie. Apparently it's a bit of a vampire flick. Put out by Full Moon Features. That's right, Charles Band's people. I think Charles wrote and directed. I think I'm pretty sure about that. But Death Streamer. From director Charles Band comes this stylish, sexy, and surreal pulp noir thriller. A modern-day vampire uses technologically advanced glasses to not only hunt his victims in and out of the virtual world, but also live stream his bloody feasts for all to see. As this high-tech ghoul continues to glut, his internet-based cult of personality expands, and soon he finds himself with a rabid fan base, all of them addicted to watching his sickening slaughter. But when an intrepid trio of young supernatural investigators lock down on the trail of the Death Streamer, the fiend turns the tables and begins stalking them. Get ready to log on and bleed out. There you go. Death Streamer, Full Moon Features. Full Moon Features, yes. Charles Band. I like this stuff. I haven't watched it yet, obviously, it's still in the plastic. Let me know if you've seen it and what you thought. Next up, I've showed you that I got the Sleepaway Camp 3 some time back. But now, we finally received Sleepaway Camp 2. Unhappy Campers. No Felissa Rose in this one. She actually did read for it, and at the time was applying to go to college, and apparently the reading, from what I've read, apparently the reading didn't go well. They were trying to lean more into the comedy side, the dark comedy. In this one, but evidently Felissa didn't come across as funny, and so apparently she went on to college. I'm pretty sure she graduated from New York University or some university in New York. So good for you, Felissa. Actually, she did come back later in a sequel of Sleepaway Camp, but she's not in this one. Let's see what we got. R-rated, 80 minutes from 1988. Horror dark comedy. And of course this is set and actually filmed 5 years after the original film. Get ready for a killer summer. Years after the bloodbath at Camp Arawak, Camp Rolling Hills seems like the perfect place for fun, friendship, and classic 80s fashion. But when overly perky counselor Angela, played by Pamela Springsteen, starts slashing the camper count, the bodies pile up faster than the s'mores. Whether it's pranksters, pervs, or anyone with poor manners, Angela's got a gruesome solution for every problem. Packed with gory gags and twisted humor, this sequel serves up horror with a side of dark comedy. Who will survive the summer? This edition of Sleepaway Camp Unhappy Campers contains bonus optional unrated audio commentary with director Michael A. Simpson and writer Fritz Gordon. Did you like Sleepaway Camp? Let me know in your comments down below. I did. It wasn't as good as the first. Of course, that twist at the end of the first one was amazing. But lots of gore. It's quasi funny. Quasi funny. Next up is a 4K and Blu-ray collector's edition of John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. Ghosts of Mars is R-rated, 98 minutes from 2001. It's an action horror film. This thing did terribly at the box office, but since then apparently it's garnered a bit of a cult following. This is a Scream Factory release, as you can see. Ghosts of Mars has a heck of a cast. Ice Cube, Jason Statham, Pam Grier, Liam Waite. Ghosts of Mars. A master of horror and an all-star cast join forces in John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. In the distant future, Melanie Ballard is a headstrong police lieutenant protecting and serving the denizens of the angry Red Planet. But when she and her squad are tasked with apprehending the dangerous James Desolation Williams, played by Ice Cube, she soon discovers an even bigger threat. The region's mining operation has unleashed a deadly army of Martian spirits with the power to take over human bodies, and they won't rest until they wipe out all invaders of their planet. Again, it features Jason Statham, Pam Grier, Clea Duvall, as well as an incredible makeup effects from Robert Kurtzman. Ghosts of Mars. Let me know if you've seen it and if you liked it. I remember liking it. Ghosts of Mars. There you go. Next up, another Scream Factory release, 4K and Blu-ray collector's edition with Vic Morrow and Doug McClure in Humanoids from the Deep. Now this is a bit of a takeoff, I guess, from having a brain fart. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Humanoids from the Deep. R-rated, 80 minutes, 1980, sci-fi horror. This thing, from what I was reading, the director of this, a female director, wasn't told that Roger Corman had asked for more sex scenes and more sex, and she after it was all, evidently the movie was completed, she was finally shown shown the whole film, and she did not like it, and there was a bit of an uproar over the humanoids raping some females in this movie, and of course that's what it's kind of all about. They're trying to impregnate the humans. So, Humanoids from the Deep. They're not human. Something evil is happening in the sleepy fishing village of Noyo. Fish-like humanoid creatures spawned by mutant DNA begin rising from the ocean, looking to spawn with the local women. Scientist Susan Drake, along with local fisherman Jim Hill, looks for the cause of this invasion of creatures from the ocean floor. When the annual salmon festival begins, some unwanted guests are about to crash the festivities. It stars Vic Morrow, Denise Galick. The film features an early score by Academy Award-winning composer James Horner, and a bunch of special features involved also. Now, I'm sorry, but I do not remember this movie, but I'm going to check it out on 4K. If you have seen Humanoids from the Deep, um, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. Apparently there's a bit of a cult following now also with that one. Next up, a 4K version of Virtuosity. That's right. Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe in Virtuosity. Virtuosity is R-rated, 106 minutes from 1995, sci-fi action. I remember this being pretty good, although I also remember thinking that it could have been better. I think the writing could have been better, but there we go. Virtuosity. The near future, a virtual reality company is completing the development of a highly sophisticated training simulator designed to give police a taste of how to handle the dangers they might encounter in the field while tracking and apprehending criminals. In order to perfect the state-of-art technology, prisoners are selected based on their skills and toughness and forced to serve as test subjects. Amongst the chosen inmates is Parker Barnes, an ex-cop serving time for circumventing the law and taking justice into his own hands. When one of the software's most lethal virtual criminals, SID 6.7, an amalgamation of vicious sadists and serial killers throughout history, figures out how to jump from the computer world into the real world through the use of nanotechnology, the company behind the program quickly attempts to cover up their malfeasance as Sid 6.7 runs amok on the streets of LA, leaving a trail of bloody violence in his wake. The police reluctantly admit that they are powerless to stop him. Their final hope is to enlist the help of Barnes, the only man to defeat Sid 6.7 in the virtual world, in order to put an end to his flesh and blood reign of terror before any more innocent lives are taken. Virtuosity remains one of the subgenre's most creative and thrill-packed examples. Okay. Can't wait to rewatch this one. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I thought the writing could have been better, but good film. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend this one. Virtuosity. Next up, Rock and Roll's Trick or Treat. That's right, this is the 4K of Trick or Treat. It's R-rated, 97 minutes from 1986. It's a dark comedy, horror. Has a bit of a cult following also, apparently. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I don't really remember, other than the fact that Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne make appearances. What are you afraid of? It's only rock and roll. Rock and Roll Will Never Die, in this 1980s cult favorite that stars Mark Price from Family Ties as Eddie Weinbauer, a teenage outcast who idolizes Sammy Kerr, played by Tony Fields, a heavy metal superstar. After Sammy dies a violent death, his spirit returns to help Eddie get even with his high school tormentors. In doing so, Sammy begins to gain control over Eddie's life and brings him deeper into the world of the occult. When Eddie realizes that he has become the tool of Sammy's vengeance, he attempts to stop him, and the horrifying events that follow leave no one unscathed. Featuring special appearances by Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne, Trick or Treat marked the directorial debut of veteran actor Charles Martin Smith and features a legendary soundtrack by Fast Way. There you go. Lots of special features involved in this. Can't wait to rewatch. Check out Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne. If you've seen that, let me know what you thought of it in the comments section below. Next up, Evil Dead Rise. This is the 4K Steelbook. I have this movie. I've seen it. I liked it. This is the fifth in the Evil Dead film series, if you will, although this is a standalone effort. Uh, really nothing to do with the previous, other than there are zombies. Evil Dead Rise, Steelbook. Let's see, Evil Dead Rise is R-rated, 96 minutes from 2023. Of course, it's a supernatural horror. Um, Other thing I remember is that the director at one point said they used 1,720 gallons of fake blood to make this movie. Holy moly, that's a lot of fake blood. There's the front. There's the back. Cheese grater, if you will. There's no artwork on the discs. Kind of disappointing. But there is a now bloody cheese grater on the inside. If you've seen the movie, you know why that is so. Alright, there you go. Glad to have this Steelbook in my collection. I'm going to go right back here on the Steelbook shelves. Alright, last movie up for this week. 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital code of Moana 2. Moana 2. Let me know what you thought of Moana 2. I like the first one a little bit better, but I didn't. This is, of course, a musical adventure with, animated, PG, 100 minutes long, 2024. This is set 3 years after the original Moana. This apparently was originally going to be a TV series for Disney Plus, but I think they made a good choice in making it a follow-up feature film. Yeah. Walt Disney Animation Studios' epic animated musical Moana 2 reunites Moana, voice of Ali Cravalho, I always mess her name up, and Maui, voice of Dwayne Johnson, 3 years later for an expansive new voyage alongside a crew of unlikely seafarers. After receiving an unexpected call from her wayfinding ancestors, Moana must journey to the far seas of Oceania and into dangerous, long-lost waters for an adventure unlike anything she's ever faced. Nice Steelbook. Let me know what you thought of Moana 2 in the comment section below. So there you go, guys. That's everything from this, it's everything I've got to show you right now. I've got a bunch more stuff that I still have to make videos for. So we'll see those probably next week. But yeah, also before I go, I wanted to remind guys, I do have an eBay store where I'm selling off a bunch of DVDs, Blu-rays. The link is in the description below. I'd appreciate it if you go out and possibly purchase a few things if you're interested. I do appreciate those that have done so in the past. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Also, let me show you real quick. I'm getting ready to rip some cards. That's right. I'm going to rip some cardboard. I'm going to open some trading cards soon. Don't know when I'm going to do it exactly, but I'm getting ready, getting set up to do that. And I've got thousands of them to rip, to open. And so what better way to open them than film it, I think. So if you're into that kind of thing, stick around. I have lots of mystery packs, lots of stuff, and as you saw, lots of current stuff. So hope you'll come along and watch those. I'd appreciate it. So if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. That's right, a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when I put up another video. I'd appreciate it. And that's it from North Las Vegas. Hope you guys are doing great. Keep smiling. Keep having fun. Keep that positive attitude about you. Until the next time, peace.